In the 1680s, at a time when Boston and New York City were still in their infancy, fur traders along the Great Lakes encountered mysterious visitors from the west. The local tribes feared these foreigners, dubbing them the Sioux. Two French traders stationed along the Great Lakes were Pierre-Charles LeSueur and Baron Lahontan. For these educated men, the Sioux were more than just a threat to Western expansion. The natives who bravely came to the outposts were marked with rare blue paint. When pressed for more information, the strangers claimed to have come from a land where the earth bled blue. It was the veteran trader LeSueur who first discreetly traveled to the lands of the Sioux, where he found a massive mound of copper vitriol, which he took a sample of and returned to Montreal. Before official action could be taken, young Baron Lahontan also snuck into Sioux territory to find the place where the earth bled blue. On his map, he described a long river that was also affectionately labeled as the River of Death. At the headwaters of this river, Lahontan met with a mysterious tribe, found the copper vitriol, and left the seal of France to claim his discovery. While Lahontan's career quickly spiraled out of control, leaving him as a fugitive from the law, Pierre-Charles LeSueur returned several years later and purportedly mined copper, which he sent to the Gulf of Mexico.
Joseph Nicollet, a Frenchman, was certainly aware of his two infamous countrymen who journeyed into the unknown. Little was known about the Mississippi River in the 1680s, and when war broke out between France and several Indian nations, LeSueur used the help of his relatives to find a southern route back into the land of the Dakota. Although Lahontan returned with his tales and LeSueur returned with his barges of worthless ore, no one knew where the land of the Blue Earth was even located. The location of Fort LaHillier, if it even existed, remained a mystery. It took another century before men began to accurately map Minnesota, with many explorers fixated on finding the watershed that created the Mississippi River and the Red River, which flowed north. Was the upper Mississippi the Riviere long? Although Schoolcraft and others claimed Itasca as the headwaters of the Mississippi, Nicollet had new scientific techniques, the barometer, to measure elevation for an exact location of a watershed. Yet he also had another agenda, to find Fort LaHillier and Lahontan's watershed, where the earth bled blue. If he could find evidence, then Nicollet could restore the good names of his countrymen.
After just a few days on the Mississippi River, Joseph Nicollet describes finding a trickle of water suspending in a kind of blue sand, brilliant, very fine, soft, and oily to the touch. The voyagers and natives that were with him on his expedition excitedly painted each other's faces with this natural oddity. For Nicollet, it was a reminder of what his countrymen, Lahontan and LeSueur, described, which drove him to find the headwaters to confirm the legend.